Yo, what is going on, guys? And today I'm going to be going over the best keybinds in Fortnite for beginners. I'll be giving you guys important tips and keybinds for editing faster, building better, and of course improving your aim as much as possible. I'm going to be going over all my binds with a couple of quick and important tips, so let's get right into it. Okay, so one of the most common questions I always get asked is what to do if I don't have side mouse buttons. Let me just be completely honest with you guys. If you really want to get good on keyboard and mouse, it is basically required that you have a mouse with side buttons. Especially for a game like Fortnite where you have so much to control, it cannot all possibly be on your keyboard. It will simply be too much. Your movement while doing retakes will just be completely terrible and you will not be a smooth builder at all. So trust me when I say this, but you absolutely need to have two of your build binds on your side mouse buttons. Many people tell me that they cannot afford a mouse with side buttons, and there's so many options for around $20 or $40, and the holiday season is also coming up. I guarantee that a lot of you guys at least have $40 from Christmas which you can spend on a mouse with side buttons. Even if it's not the holiday season, at the time you're watching this video, you can at least do some chores around the house to get some money for a mouse. Of course, some of these cheaper mice are not going to be the best of the best or the top of the top, but at least just get a mouse with side buttons. It doesn't have to be expensive or anything. As long as it works, that's perfect. A very common issue with a bunch of new keyboard mouse players is that they think within a couple of days they can become absolutely nasty with the game, and that's just not the case. It will take time, and many of you guys have to stop comparing your progressions in a bad way to others. That will just simply demotivate you. Just know that when switching to keyboard and mouse, hard work is literally everything. The more extreme result you want to achieve, the more hard work you have to put in to match it. If you truly do work hard enough, you can go as far as you want with this. The very last disclaimer before I get into the keybinds and optimal settings I've gotten over the past 11 months of me being on keyboard and mouse is that I just wanted to let you guys know that you have to believe in with what I'm telling you guys. You guys are probably watching this video not really knowing if these exact keybinds are going to be really good for you. And I was in your exact same shoes when I first switched, but trust me, these are the exact settings you need. All the clips you guys have been seeing up on the screen are achieved on these exact keybinds in the past couple of months of me being on keyboard and mouse. I just wanted to promise you guys that if you do put hard work in with these keybinds and listen to these tips that I'm telling you guys, it is going to help you out so much. You guys came to the right place, so without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, so hopping right into the settings so I don't waste any of you guys' time like other YouTubers. For my movement, I have WASD, however, I'm using double movement right now, so I'm using keys 2x, and in order for it to work, I have to have it deselected over here, my WASD, but all my keys 2x settings are up on the screen right now, as you guys can see, but for my jump, I have it on spacebar, and my crouch is on left control. Okay, moving on to combat. For fire over here, I have it on left mouse button, and target is on right mouse button. Reload is on R, and use is on E. Those are both default keybinds, but for my pickaxe, I have it on T, and as you guys can see, it's super close to like where I have my pointer finger resting, so it's super easy for me to press. So for weapon slot number 1, I have it on middle mouse button. This isn't when you scroll up or down on the scroll wheel, it's when you literally press down on it just to remove any confusion, and I have my AR at all times on this slot. Slot number 2 is where my shotgun sits, and I have this on mouse wheel down. Caps lock is for my slot number 3, and my SMG usually sits here, or my sniper, but hashtag rip snipers, they're volted, rip in the chat. But slot number 4 is X, and I have healable item on here, and slot number 5 is on Z, and I also keep my healable items in here too. For the most important part, we have the building section over here. So my crouch while building stays the same at left control. My wall is actually on Q, and just so you guys know, as you guys can see in the hand cam, I use my ring finger to press this just so I don't move my middle finger at all. My middle finger is basically at all times on W no matter what. So here's where I have my two building binds on my thumb mouse button. So my floor is on thumb mouse button 2, and my stair is on thumb mouse button 1. So as you guys can see right here, this mouse button is mouse button number 2, which is for my floor, and this one at the bottom over here is mouse button number 1, which I have for my stair. Now for my roof or my cone, I have it on left shift, and this is super common. Many big pro players like Mongraal always use this. My launchpad is on V right now. My place building is obviously on left mouse button. Repair/upgrade is on H, and then to be honest, I don't really repair my build, so it's not super useful, but it sometimes comes in handy. My rotate building is on U. I don't think anyone ever uses that, so like basically ignore this one. My change building material is on 2, and this is the only time I take my finger off the W key, because I'm always W keying in arena, you know what I mean? But that's the only time I take my finger off of W key. Anyways, moving on, for my building edit, I have it on F, and I think this is literally like the most common edit bind in all of Fortnite. Then for my crouch while editing is still on left control, of course. Select building edit is also left mouse button, and my reset building edit is right mouse button. But if you guys want scroll wheel reset, you have to put your scroll wheel over on building edit and on reset building edit. And since I have mouse wheel down on my slot number 2, I have to have mouse wheel up for my scroll wheel, as you guys can see right here. Communication isn't really that important, but for my ping, I just have it on G. For any of you guys wondering, my keyboard is the Apex Pro T-Kill, which is like one of the most popular keyboards for Fortnite, and my tilt is 45 degrees, so I play exactly at this angle. Moving on to my sensitivity over here, unlike my keybinds, I've made huge, I mean absolutely huge changes to my sensitivity over my keyboard and mouse journey. So right now I'm playing on 1600 DPI with an X and Y of 3.5%. If you're playing on 800 DPI, that is 7% X and Y, I believe, since it's doubled. And then for my targeting sensitivity, I have it on 35.3%, and my scope is the exact same at 35.3% also. At the beginning of my keyboard and mouse progression, I actually played at a super high sensitivity, so my aim was absolutely terrible. And over the past couple of months, I've definitely lowered it to kind of like the mid-range level. I feel like it's literally perfect for building, editing, and aiming at the exact same time. For anyone wondering, this mouse is also the G Pro Superlight, which is my main mouse. Moving on to the game settings, in the building section over here, as you guys can see, disable pre-edit option is on. This is super important because it's just basically helpful, because sometimes you accidentally create pre-edits, which is super annoying, so this just helps out with that a lot. Turbo building obviously on. You want to have that on at all times. No one's going to be clicking to build like in OG Season 1. Okay, so for confirm edit on release, arguably one of the most important settings, you want to make sure you have this on. Basically, it's just going to make your edits just 2 times faster, which is obviously super helpful. Instead of pressing your edit key once to select and once to confirm it, you only have to press it once to select it, and as soon as you let go of it, it's just automatically going to make the edit. So it's just going to be 2 times faster, allowing your edits to be extremely fast. Before I end the video, I know a lot of you guys are going to be asking what my display settings are, so I'm playing at default 1920 by 1080. Make sure for your frame limit, you actually cap this at what FPS your PC can handle. So when I have this at 240 FPS, my PC sometimes goes a little bit below that, so that's why I have it at 200 FPS right now, and it holds it super stable, which is really good. Colorblind mode, I have that off completely, and then I just play on performance mode. This helps out a lot with input delay, and I highly do recommend trying it out. Okay, I know many of you guys are going to be clicking off the video, but if I provided any kind of useful information before you guys click off, please just make sure to drop a quick like on the video. I'm going to be making a lot of progression videos and showing you guys the best maps for beginners on keyboard and mouse, so if you guys want to see those videos, make sure to drop a quick sub. It literally won't hurt at all to drop a quick sub, and you can unsub at any time if you don't enjoy the content. However, I assure you, you're going to enjoy the content. I've been getting many questions about what my updated settings are, and I hope I've answered everything for you guys. Make sure to click on any of the 2 videos up on the screen right now. They're both super useful and they're both bangers. Anyways, my name has been Vermax. Stay safe and take care.